Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome back to a brand new Blitz News update. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have some more LEGO City Undercover news, or I guess more so confirmations about things that we were kind of somewhat certain about, but we didn't have an official confirmation. Now we finally do have that, which is absolutely awesome. So with that in mind, let's get rocking and let's get rolling. So of course, if you do not know LEGO City Undercover, that was the game that was exclusive to the Wii U. There was another prequel game called LEGO City Undercover, The Chase Begins, which actually I'm currently playing on the channel, so cheap plug there. Check that out if you haven't yet. But essentially, those games, or more specifically LEGO City Undercover, was a Wii U title that now will be getting a remaster and getting re-released on the PS4, the Xbox One, and additionally to that, the Nintendo Switch. So, if you didn't know, on the Wii U side of things, there were some exclusive things. There were some secret, like, Nintendo elements that were included in the game. Like, you could find the power-up star from Mario at a certain point in the hub world, which was really cool. So those kinds of elements we were kind of wondering about because, of course, the game is now getting re-released on the PS4 and on the Xbox One, which are obviously Sony and Microsoft consoles respectively. So a lot of people were thinking, hey, what exactly is going to happen to all of those awesome Nintendo cameos and Nintendo secrets? Well, we have confirmation about that now. So it seems like, at least from what I could tell, the secrets will definitely be making their way over on to the Nintendo Switch, which is really cool. So that is definitely quite exciting that the Nintendo Switch version of the game has now been confirmed to have those secrets, because if we go onto the official page of the game, now at the very bottom of the features list, it says secret Nintendo cameos, exclamation mark. So that means that that component has now been officially confirmed to make its way over to the Nintendo Switch version, which is kind of what I thought would happen. But it also does make me think that since they did point that out as a specific feature on the page for the Nintendo Switch game, I am 99.9% certain that those cameos will be removed from the game for the PS4 and Xbox One versions, because otherwise Nintendo could say like, hey, why would we want to have these Nintendo cameos on the different consoles? This should be something that is exclusive to us. So I absolutely understand that that is most likely going to be the case. Now, the other thing that these features also confirmed is the fact that the game is now going to have two-player co-op, which is really, really exciting. Of course, again, this was one of those things that appeared on the Amazon listing page for quite a while now, which is why I discussed it already, because it was almost a certainty at this point that it would be the case. But the cool thing is that now we know for sure that the game is going to go on ahead and include the two-player co-op, which is super duper cool and definitely quite neato as well. Now, let's run through the other features that are included for the game, because I think some of them are actually pretty important, such as the first one is assume the identity of undercover police officer Chase McCain and track down the fiendish Rex Fury to finally put an end to his citywide crime wave, which you can see the beginning of in the Chase Begin 3DS game. Then, explore the city. There are more than 20 districts to investigate. LEGO City is a bustling metropolis that is ripe for exploration and filled to the brim with people on the street to interact with, criminals to take down, and hundreds of collectibles. And they're not kidding. There really is a ton of things to do in this game. Become a master of disguise. As a man of many talents, Chase McCain, who's the main hero of the game, has 8 disguises to choose from, each with a unique skill and abilities to infiltrate every corner of the city, allowing him access to places a regular old officer can't. Now, this right here is an element that I did want to discuss because this kind of raises a lot of concern in a lot of people's minds, and that is that if you played the Wii U game, you'll know that the gamepad of the Wii U played a pretty major factor in the game. Like, you'd oftentimes like listen in on conversations using the gamepad, like you'd actually move it in real life, you know? Or, for example, a lot of the character selection screens and ability screens were on the gamepad, so you'd like click on the gamepad touchpad to make it work. Now, considering the PS4 and the Xbox One don't have that, what will happen? Will you just like lift your controller and just move the controller around? So that's one of those things that will be very interesting to see. How will the adjustment between the Wii U version will translate into the PS4 and Xbox One versions. And of course, I also keep forgetting to mention the game will also be coming out on Steam, which is on PC. I just completely blank out on that element, so my apologies. But what I'm getting at is it will be interesting to see how will it translate from the Wii U and the features that will exclusive to the Wii U, how will those features translate into the more traditional consoles and the PC version. So that's another thing that a lot of people are not clear on right now, but hopefully we will get to find that out in more detail in due time. Now, with that in mind, let's move right along to the next point, which is over 100 vehicles in Lego City. Every vehicle on the street can be commandeered with more than 100 to choose from, so players can get behind the wheel of sports cars, motorcycles, helicopters, and more to chase down criminals or take leisurely rides through the urban jungle to check out the sights. And they are not kidding. There are a lot of really cool vehicles to find out. There are also vehicles that you can unlock on vehicle summoning points, like vehicle summoning pads. So you build those pads and then you can like call in vehicles. Some of them are exclusive to the pads. So there really is a ton of vehicles to choose from, which is super duper fun. Then we have the ability to, of course, fight crime, take down criminals with hand-to-hand combat, or arrest bad guys using Chase's handy grapple gun and standard issue police handcuffs, which are his kind of two core abilities that you would use in the fighting mechanics or gameplay, I should say. Now, the cast of characters includes Chase himself, Officer Frank Honey, who's hilarious. He's kind of like your typical goofy... he's not particularly bright, but everybody loves him. So that kind of typical, stereotypical character, I guess. Then we have Chief of Police Dumby, who is a nightmare to deal with. Paramedic Natalia Kowalski, who, of course, Chase is has a huge crush on. So he is in love with her and tries to always impress her and such. Then we have... another additional 300 unlockable and playable characters that gamers will get to meet throughout the adventure. And there are so many cool characters in this game. Like, I remember you could become like the Lego Godzilla character, or you could become like a mummy. Like, they have characters that are not just specific, like, oh, police officer or firefighter or this or that. There is a ton of variations in each category. And even when we talk about the disguises that Chase has, so like, take it back to that element, the disguises that he has, within those disguises, there are subcategories. So like the police officer Chase, like the regular one, will have him in a police outfit, like the traditional police outfit, but then you could be undercover Chase, and you'd still have the abilities that you had before, but you'd look different. And then the firefighter character might be like Chase as a firefighter, then there might be a different variation of a firefighter. So it's just really cool that even within one specific category of characters, there is so much variety. So that's also quite exciting. Finally, of course, the game also focuses on humor, and a little bit more humor, which features an original storyline, which I love. I love when they do that. I love when the games actually stray away from being based on something. Like, don't get me wrong, like Lego Marvel's Avengers was cool, but for me, Lego Marvel's Superheroes had a way better storyline. I'd much prefer these storylines to remain original in the Lego games, because I think they have a lot more creativity that way, and we get a much more compelling, funny, and humorous storyline, generally speaking. So this is definitely the case here. The storyline is original, and Lego City Undercover is chock full of signature humor with hilarious movie and music references peppered throughout the open world. And they're not kidding. There are so many cool references to many different like classic action movies, sci-fi movies. Like, there's just a lot of really cool stuff throughout. So with all that in mind, ladies and gents, now that the Nintendo cameos have been confirmed to be a part of the Nintendo Switch version of the game, as well as the co-op or two-player two-player co-op has been confirmed, is what I meant to say. Sorry about that. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. I'm definitely looking forward to getting a discussion going with all of you lovely folks. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the Nintendo, what's going on with me right now? The Nintendo cameos will be a part of the actual final product that will appear on Steam and PS4 and Xbox One? Or do you think like what I think, where the Nintendo cameos will be included, but only in the Switch version, whereas the PS4, Xbox One, and Steam versions will not have those cameos at all? How cool would it be if they actually included cameos from like specific franchises to those companies? Like if they had Nintendo cameos on the Nintendo console, and then maybe on the PS4 they would have like, you know, God of War or like Last of Us or like something. Well, those are obviously very mature games, but maybe like, I don't know, something from like Ratchet and Clank or something like that. That would be really cool to see. And then on Microsoft side of things, a similar idea as well. That could be kind of cool. I don't know what they would do for Steam, maybe like Half-Life or Portal or something, but it would be really cool to see. Nonetheless, thanks all for watching, guys. I'll catch you all next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks all for watching, guys.